Some economy news now. Inflation, boy, it continues to soar, and that means more money coming out of your wallet. Data shows inflation went up just over 9% last month alone, and that means big increases in everything from gas prices to rent and food.
And that has many of you asking, what does that actually mean? And when could we finally see a little bit of relief at the cash register or the gas pump?
Join Your Side's Nate Benson is getting answers for you from an expert at Bankrate tonight.
Nothing like a healthy dose of numbers, percentages, and market speculation to wrap up your evening. Am I right? The new consumer price index numbers dropped Wednesday morning, and they're not great. 9.1%. They haven't been that high since 1981, back when Superman 2 was topping the box office and Betty Davis Eyes was #1 with a bullet on the radio. I wasn't born until 1985. Why should I care about this number?
Inflation is something that affects us all, and it has gone from full boil to boiling over because we look at the chief contributors for inflation: fuel prices, gasoline at the top of that list, food prices, and shelter, where we live, rents, home prices, mortgage payments. So taken together, those three major irritants for inflation, if you will, they are all things that we all have to contend with in one way or the other.
Is there potentially more pain ahead? Could we see this jump over 10% in the next month's report?
Well, predicting the future pace of inflation is very difficult because we haven't done a good job with that here to date. But what I would say is that, barring the truly unforeseen, the worst, I think, is either at hand or nearly behind us.
But all you care about is, when is the price madness going to stop? And what will relief actually look like when it happens?
A good case in point is what many retailers are dealing with right now, and that is, first of all, consumers are slowing their purchases of many things, and at the top of that list is clothing. And so a number of major retailers have said that they are going to have to mark that down to get it to move, and they don't want to have this clothing piling up in their stores.
And then there's the Fed, who have already raised interest rates 3 times this year, most recently 0.75%. They're expected to raise rates yet again at the end of the month.
But as they continue to raise interest rates, the effect of that is to bring demand down to more better match supply.
So what's the biggest takeaway from all this math right before bed?
Biggest takeaway from this reading on inflation at the retail level is that you knew and we knew that inflation was bad. It was actually worse than what we already thought.
Nate Benson, Channel 2 News.